Hello, this is Lindsay. Welcome back to my channel. We're in part 3 of the February Junk Journal project with me. Today we are making homemade foam stamps to be using on our pages in the journal we're making together. If you've purchased the kit, you would have received a little stamp that I made for you out of foam, plus some supplies to make your first stamp. First, I'm going to talk about where to get the supplies. If you have not purchased the mixed media kit for making the journal, you can click the link below, go to my shop and purchase that. If you're not interested in purchasing that and you just want to use whatever supplies you have on hand or buy things from the store, I buy this fun foam from the Dollar Tree. You get a huge pack. You get more than this. I just grabbed some of it. It's really flimsy foam, but I do like that for one of the things I'm going to be showing you today. So that's all I use, a whole pack for $1. So your stamps are pretty much free. Also, you need to mount the stamps onto something, and I suggest a heavy cardstock or cardboard like this. So something like this, and I don't remember exactly where I got this from. It's like from the back of a pad of paper, like legal paper or something, but you could use any kind of a little bit heavier cardboard, and that works really well. So, you know, just look in your scrap bin, the back of scrapbook paper pads, stuff like that. Old books you don't want anymore, cut up part of the cover, something like that. Doesn't matter if it's pretty or not. All it's doing is holding the foam on. So the way that we made the stamps, or the way that I made the stamp for you in the kit, was just a pair of scissors and some fun foam. And I did hearts. So we're just going to start with that. And then I'm going to show you, talk about some other ways. All right, so I just cut out some hearts like that, and then I glued them onto, I don't know if my scissors are going to, no, they do. I really pretty much use my paper trimmer for this. All right, so let's do a long stamp. I did square stamps in there, but we're going to do a little bit of a longer stamp and have a couple of hearts and maybe a few different sizes. So I'm going to cut out a little bit of a smaller heart here, and then maybe even a tiny heart. I hope I'm in frame. I'm moving kind of fast because I have a lot to share with you today. All right, there we go. So now we have 3 slightly different hearts, like so, and we're going to glue on. My suggestion is like a permanent glue stick like this, just an all-purpose glue stick, because if you use hot glue, you might get some of that bump through it, and it might melt the foam some. So I just press the glue stick, and it's okay. These do not have to be perfect if they come off, or you can re-glue them. I haven't had any problem, but it's not like I use these all the time, so just glue it on. And I don't know if I've used one actually that I've used the glue stick on, so that would be a good good test, trying different glues and stuff like that. But what I like about this is it's a flat glue, and I can get it all the way to the edge so it doesn't peel up very much, and then I just put them where I want them. So now let's look at how that looks when we stamp it out on a piece of paper. And I'm going to pull out my typewriter book again, just kind of for a really heavy surface to stamp on. And I have an orange ink pad, and I'm going to put the ink on here. This is a cheap ink pad. Oh, and I'm getting it all over the paper. Oh well. And stamp and just kind of rub it down. And you get those really neat heart effects. You don't even have to clean it in between. We're just going to add another color right on top. Here's a green. This is wiggling, I'm sorry. My table is not very stable. I added a little bit of green, and we're going to see how that looks. And I guess it still had a lot of orange on it. You just saw a little bit of green. Oh, I know why. This pad is almost out. I've been using this ink pad a lot on the journal I'm making, and I was just about to throw it out, and then I grabbed it. So yeah, that's not the smartest of me. It's pretty much an empty ink pad, but you're seeing some of the green. Okay, so don't even worry about cleaning it. These are pretty much disposable. keep them as long as they last. And, you know, you can kind of make your own. So there's an awesome little one we did there. And you can cut out, you know, any kinds of shapes that you would like. But I thought it would be interesting to try a paper punch and see if that worked. It didn't really. It kind of tore. I mean, it punches it out, but then there at the end, it kind of tears. I am going to try punching it through with a piece of cardstock because I have heard that's a trick. I don't know if it'll work with foam, but we'll give it a try. So we're going to put the cardstock on top of the foam and punch like we're both layers, but like we're punching the card. Okay, now that worked. Awesome. So let's punch out 2 of those and make another stamp and see how that works. So if you're going to be punching out the fun foam with your punches, put a piece of cardstock over it and then punch. That gives it enough of a heavy surface. And then you even have some cute little shapes that you can use in your journal or somewhere else, wherever. Okay, so we are going to cut up another little piece of this heavy cardstock. Get our glue stick, glue them on, and see how they stamp. And then I have one more trick and tip for you that is a little bit more intensive, but the results are pretty awesome. All right, so we're just going to do that. Trim it to fit. Pull out our paper. And I really want another color so we don't just have orange on here. So grab some purple and ink it up. I am using cheap ink pads, by the way. All right, and let's give that a try. Ta-da! So you just have to make sure that you really press it on the paper. So those are some really nice stamps. So now I have these and I can keep and use these in my art journal and mixed media pages and such. Now, this is something else I tried. Take a piece of fun foam and use your die cutting machine like Cricut or Silhouette, an electronic one. And I've done it before and it takes a little bit of work, but I'm going to show you some of my hacks, which just making a disclaimer, and that disclaimer is that the warranty is totally voided on my Silhouette because I have not followed the rules at all. I've made my own, what is this called? You know, that goes in there, mat. The mat that came with it, I was not impressed with. And it wasn't very strong or anything. So on Amazon or even the Dollar Tree, I just ordered or bought a heavy flexible cutting board. It works so much better, but again, it probably voids the warranty. I wasn't concerned about that. I didn't buy the expensive one, and also it's over a year old now, so I don't believe I have a warranty on it anymore. Anyway, so that was the first thing I did to void the warranty. Also, I use this Krylon Easy Tack repositionable adhesive, and this probably also voids the warranty. So if you're concerned about that, don't do it, but if you have an older machine, a cheaper machine, or you just like experimenting and don't care, you know, you want an excuse to buy a new machine if you break it, this is for you. So this is a repositionable adhesive, so I can place this on my mat. And as you can see, I've used this a lot, but if you can see, I've kind of marked on here where the corner is. So when it goes in, I know what it's cutting. So this will hold it in place, but I can peel it off when I'm done. Okay, so I'm going to move you over here and show you. We're walking over to my computer, and this is my Silhouette Studio, and I already added a couple of flower images and scaled them down to fit on the foam. Actually, I might need to scale them a little more. If you can see, that's a little over 3 inches. I'm going to go to about 2.5 because I'm not sure if it'll fit. All right, and so then I'm going to grab the mat and come over here to my machine, and I'm trying to do this one-handed. I set it to the blade to a 10, and I'm just going to, oh, I'm not even turned on. Sorry, guys. I'm going to make you dizzy. All right, so I'm Whoops. Can't do this one-handed, guys. I really can't. All right, see if I can do this. Trying to hold the phone and the mat, and that's where I need a tripod. All right, so we've loaded that. The blade is set to a 10, and then I'm going to come back over here. And this is Silhouette. So I don't know what exactly, I've never used a Cricut, but I think you can pretty much get the idea if you know how to use your machine. So I don't know if I set it to foam, but pretty much I'm going to make sure it double cuts. 7, I think we're all the way up to a 10. The speed, you want it pretty slow. The thickness, you want it all the way up. You want a double cut. We're going to turn the speed all the way down. And then you want these line segment overcut on, and then send to Silhouette. Oh, could not connect. Hold on, let me plug it in. Okay, the Silhouette was not connected to my computer, so yeah. Start. And if we come over here, it's going to very slowly cut out those flowers on the foam. So when it is done, I will bring it over to the table and show you the next step. Okay, so it came out of my Silhouette, and so now we are going to peel it off, and I think I put a little too much adhesive, but that's okay. At least I hope it's okay. I guess that makes it a little bit easier than what I did before, because as you can see, it's pulling up around the flowers. And then you may want to take a little mixed media tool, a palette knife, or let me grab it here, something to pull it off the, oh, come on. I lost it. Okay, I'm going to show you a little trick. This is like one of those cheap dental cleaning tools you can buy at Walmart. These are great for when you're using your die cutters, but you can get this under there and just kind of peel it up so you can get a hold of it. So here's our first flower to put on the stamp set, and it's already super sticky, which is awesome. But I'm probably going to put some of the glue stick on it because this is a repositionable and I don't want it to come off. So I'm going to just pull up enough of this one's a little bit more detailed and delicate. And if I used a little bit less glue, that would have worked. Sorry, my boys were calling me. Okay, so I think I sprayed it too much, and it's so easy to go overboard with the spray, but the foam is pretty forgiving and it doesn't break that easily. So if you're slow, you'll get it off. So there's the second flower, and we have one more. And when we're done with this, I had an idea that I wasn't planning to show you with the video, but I thought, you know, if you don't have an electronic die cutter, what if you just have a manual one? Will that work? The answer is I have absolutely no idea. I think there's a possibility it might work. So I have a little one, a Spellbinder Sapphire, and I thought we would just try it and see. It may work, it may not. Okay, so now we're going to put our mat to the side. We're going to grab our cardstock and our glue stick and position them where we want. This is a great way to use the files you've purchased, or if you're really good with the software and you create your own, or you use the trace features. I haven't used my Silhouette in quite a while, so, but I thought these flowers looked cute, so we'll give it a try. And these will go absolutely perfect with the mixed media journal. And then we'll just cut that down, pull out our paper, and we're going to do purple again and just ink it up and see how this works. As you can see, the preciseness is pretty good, so it should be fairly awesome. Make sure you rub really good and hold it in place. Look at that. How awesome is that? So that's great. And so now we have 3 different ones. And we're going to try that die cutter. I don't know how it's going to work. So here it is. It's super cute. It's little. And I just bought it for when I didn't want to use my silhouette, and I just wanted to make something small. I have a cigar box full of, hold on. All right. Broke up a brother fight. Okay, so I pulled out this die cutting of these little bunnies, and then my plates, which are well used. And let's just see if it works or doesn't work. And if it doesn't work, you guys can give me suggestions of how it might work, because I really don't know how to use these machines very well. All right, so I'm going to cut off a piece of, obviously it's a very tiny machine, so I can't use a full piece, but I'm going to cut off a little piece of foam. I'm going to put down my die. Hopefully we'll get a bunch of little bunnies. That's the idea. And then we're going to roll it through here. And the whole screen is shaking because my table is unstable. All right, let's see if it worked. Should have like suspenseful music playing, I think. And it did! Oh my gosh! Look at the little bunnies. Okay, so. Okay, let's make a stamp out of these. I'm so excited that worked because any of the little dies that you have, you can now use. All right, let's pull out our cardstock again and our glue stick, and we're going to make a bunny stamp, which of course I'm probably going to use for some Easter journals that I am going to be making, featuring the Etsy shop I've worked with before, Country at Heart 2008. I'm super excited because she has some amazing Easter printables that I want to share with you, and I think that's going to be my next project. Not project as in one of these projects that I'm doing with you, but my next personal one that I'll be listing in my Etsy shop. So how cute is that? We have the little bunnies all in a row. We're going to take our scissors and cut the stamp out. And I'm going to grab some brown ink right here. And let's see, ink them up. Try to get plenty of ink on them. And let's see how they come out. Look at that. How awesome. So much fun. So I know I should let you guys go because it's been a long video, but look at all the stamps that we've made. So if you've purchased the mixed media kit, then you have enough to make one stamp, and then you can go to the Dollar Tree and raid your supplies to make more. I hope you try all these. I hope you go to my Facebook group, Nevermore Creations, Junk Journal, and Friends, and show me some of the stamps that you've made because I would love inspiration as well. Until next time, have a wonderful day.